YouTube, what a Jewish way out here, and today I'm going to be pretty much going over what's been happening lately in the market, and I genuinely hope that this can help one person, including myself here. Today I did not make a trade, and this is going to be the title of this video. You do not have to trade every single day in the market, okay? We have these sessions, all right? I don't know how to word this in the best way possible, but the MQ, the MNQ, whatever you're trading, we are going to have good times and we're going to have bad times in the market, right? In the stock market, and especially with the world doing what it's doing right now, it is extremely difficult and it is hard to have a grasp on what the market is doing. Anyone who tells you right now that they're winning consistently or that their strategy wins, and even in this market, I'm telling you right now, man, that it's not logical to be profitable in this kind of market right now. I want to make these videos because I want you guys to understand, if you're losing right now, you're not a bad trader, and that's why I didn't make my trade today. I lost on, what day was it? It would have been Friday, and I won Wednesday last week, lost Thursday, lost Friday, did not trade today. And the reason being is because the market is not reacting how we need it to react, okay? Talked about this in the past. We don't need to trade every day when there is no trade to be taken, right? I'm gonna go over pretty much everything that happened today. If you guys are new here, jeez, I messed this up from since the start of these videos. But if you are new here, okay, I trade the 15-minute orb, all right, and that's just the strategy that God has taught me that works the most for me, is what has gotten me payouts. It is what has gotten me on multiple funded accounts. I have blown accounts. I have gone on both spectrums here. It is not easy, okay? Stock trading is not easy. Don't listen to people who tell you it is or that they're winning every trade they're taking. They're lying to you, okay? Trading is difficult. It is amazing. It is very rewarding, but it's hard, okay? So what we have right here, right, is a 15-minute candle, okay? So we have 9:30 right here. So we have our high and our low of that candle. As you guys can see, I put a line right here, line right there. This is the high. This is that low of the 9:30 to 9:45 open, okay? I have videos on my channel going over the exact strategy, pretty much what you need to do, everything, all that stuff. You guys can go check out if you guys want to. You can go look it up on my channel. All right, so what we're going to look for next is we're going to look for a 5-minute orb closure, okay? And I'm going to show you guys why I did not make the trade this morning and why I still am happy I didn't, right? Because I can sit here and tell you, okay, I could have entered in on a put right here. I'll tell you guys why in a minute, right? I could have entered into a put. And the reason I'm telling you I didn't do it is because I don't like the way it's moving, man. I don't like the fact that, I could go in and it's gonna sideways in 3 seconds. You know what I mean? We don't have any trend going. We don't have any, other than last night, okay? If you guys can see right here, if we had entered in, at 5 o'clock this morning, I should say, or, even last night at 6 o'clock, we had a good amount of trend. We had a lot of green, right? We had a lot of buys. Throughout the whole night, we came down into this 4-hour gap or an hour gap, whatever it is, went flying back up all the way over 5 a.m., went back green again, okay? And I don't know, I might start trading at night at this point because until the war's done, because we are not having any trend. The trend is my friend. I tell you guys all the time, I trade with the trend. I do not trade against the trend. When we are at extremely bullish momentum, we then in turn have a 5-minute closure on the high, and we go immediately bearish again. Then we go bullish again. This is what I'm telling you. I don't trade like this. This is not my trading type. I don't like it. I don't even recommend you guys to do it. I really don't. We have a bullish candlestick closure, which is what we're looking for on the 5-minute right here, okay? Immediately right after the bullish candle, we have a bearish candle, 5 minutes, okay? And sometimes what I like to see is if I recognize that, okay, we're gonna be going back down to this lower low, I like to see 2 5-minute closures immediately. So if I had seen this bearish candle and another 5-minute bearish candle, and 3 minutes into that was still red, I'd probably enter in for a bearish trade, okay? But again, thankfully I didn't, because look, it came down to this lower low, yes, but we would have liked to see it come down even more than that, right? On a normal market, on a market that is trending, okay? We like to see big moves happen. And I'm not saying volatility in the way of going bearish, bullish, like it is right now, just up, down, up, down. It's not making any sense. This is why I try to make these videos, because I want you guys to understand, you're not wrong to be not making trades. I want to clarify one thing. I did have a trade set up for today, which you guys can see right here, the 778 point. The reason I did that is because we have a 930 high from a previous day that I wanted it to go attack, right? I wanted to be ready for a sell. I like to see reactions off of those zones. That's just one of the ways I trade. We did not see that today, at least not yet. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The likelihood of that happening is very slim. Okay, I left it there just in case it does. That's up to God, right? I make my trades, my life, my career, everything is in God's hands. That's just what I've preached about for a long time on this channel. I cannot do what I do without the Lord guiding me and helping me become a better trader, becoming a better person, better, fiance, better everything, man. It is extremely difficult on this earth. It's difficult in this trading stuff. And I just want you guys to understand that it's okay, to mess up. It's okay, when you lose. It's okay not to even make a trade at all if you're not sure of what's happening, right? And that's the thing. Like today, come on. Obviously we had a bullish trade all the way up throughout the whole night, right? And we still ended up being somewhat bullish for the most part. We're just bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. And like, what's going to happen now? I don't know, right? It's not worth trading when you don't know what's going to happen, right? And I'm not saying you're going to know what's happening anyway, right? We don't. That's part of the market. That's part of the game. But with my strategy, we are looking for big buyers to step in at that 5-minute candle, right? And that's what I'm trying to say is that, like, it's okay to win overall in the market and have crappy time periods, right? We are in a war. We have bad things happening in the world right now, and smart money, or whatever you want to call it, right? The big buyers of the market, the big sellers of the market are not coming in when they need to come in to make full moves. They're making short moves, or even like throughout the night, we had a lot of buys. Who was buying? Whatever. Asia was buying, I guess. London session was buying, right? But we don't have enough buys to continue up with this trend, and we didn't even have enough sellers to even continue down below the lower low. And that's what I'm saying. There's just no point in trading when it comes to this stuff, man. It sucks as a trader to have to say, you know what, like, I'm going to take L after L, or I'm not going to trade at all. And like, that's the whole point, is that like keeping your account and just trusting God, knowing that like, even with him, I left this up with him today, right? I said, you know what, if it comes up to that range, that 930 high, I'm going to put 2 micro contracts on that high. It didn't happen yet. If it does, that's in God's hands, right? And if it's not, I'm not going to sit here and play these games, back and forth like this. This is ridiculous. There's no point. I'd rather come in when I know that the buyers are in control and go in for a buy at this point right here. If we had seen it 3 minutes, 4 minutes into this 5-minute candle right here to go up to these highs up here, and obviously I have a different line set of different accounts. This one right here is on, was it Lucid, if I remember right? Yeah, Lucid, which I told you guys I use as well. I use Lucid, I use Top Step, I use, one thing I've actually tried lately is Top One Futures, I think it's called. I'm giving that a shot as well, seeing how that goes. But at the end of the day, like, I want you guys to realize that this is reality, right? When we are in trading, when you want to get into trading for your family or your wife, whatever it is that you want to retire your family or whatnot, just all I can say is that the market is going to do what it wants to do, right? And we have a career path where, the world's going to impact our career. The things are going to happen in this world that are going to impact what we're doing. And that's why I tell you guys all the time, keep God close to you, pray about your problems, pray about your trades, and leave the rest to God. Our mistakes are mine, but God has, are ours, I should say, but God has control over the rest of it. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on this content, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out.